This is Stafford Green-White-Checkered.
Hello everyone and welcome to another edition of Stafford Green-White-Checkered. I'm your host, your Stafford insider, Darren Ayotte, where we're going to be breaking down every Friday night of racing for you from Stafford Motor Speedway. We'll have up-to-date recaps from the NASCAR Whelen All-American Series at Stafford, point standings, finishing results, interviews, and much, much more. But before we get to our usual start, the headlines of the week, we want to start with a very sad piece of news that came out of the NASCAR Whelen All-American Series this past week. Late model points leader Michael Bennett announced earlier this week that his son Chase had been diagnosed with leukemia. The news was a heavy blow to the entire speedway this week, and Bennett had not planned to race. But Chase wanted the trophy, and Bennett would put on a performance that will be remembered for decades to come in the late model feature. Stafford Springs' own Woody Pitkat has made Race for Chase stickers that are available for purchase for just $5 at the Speedway. All proceeds will go to Chase's medical treatments. We're all racing for Chase at Stafford, and on behalf of the entire crew here at Nutmeg TV, we want to wish Chase a healthy recovery and all our thoughts and prayers to the entire Bennett family. Get well soon, Chase. We can't wait to see you back at the track. So now let's get started with the Stafford headlines of the week. From the 25th annual Call Before You Dig 150. The 6 of Ryan Preece captured his third win of the 2015 Whelen Modified Tour this season, dominating the Call Before You Dig 150. Preece took the lead with 69 laps to go and checked out to a 25-car length lead. The race would end in a long green flag run, working out perfect for the 2013 Whelen Modified Tour champion. In the SK Modified feature, the 99 of Rowan Pennick and Ryan Preece had another classic battle to the end. Both drivers drove their hearts out, but in the end, Pennick was able to hang on to his division best 6th win of the season. And finally, the 92 of Daniel Wesson survived 2 green-white-checkered finishes to take home his 2nd career SK Light victory. Now we'll start the recap part of the show, and we'll start with the Legend Cars. They're back to the first recap of the day. The 43 of Devin O'Connell was looking to win back-to-back races for the 2nd time this season. The slim 8-car field would play to his advantage, as he took the lead in no time and had no threat from the rest of the field.
White flag is out. No one surrendering in the battle for 4th.
And Graff will make one more charge against Acandia, but at the front of the field, it's joyride time for Devin O'Connell. Here he comes out at turn number 4, looking for his 7th win of the year.
Checkered flag is out, and Devin O'Connell will take down an impressive victory.
Car was absolutely hooked up tonight. I don't know, to be honest with you. That was unbelievable. This car drove absolutely unreal tonight. Can't thank my dad enough for getting the car ready once again. 860 Motorsports for the amazing setup. Chatham Highland Motel for letting me come out here. And everybody that comes out here Friday night to Stafford Motor Speedway. And just a shout out to Michael Bennett and his son Chase. I hope all goes well with them. Really, really sorry.
So it's lucky number 7 for Devin O'Connell in that 43 team. He's your points leader in the Legend Car division, so not surprising to see him in victory lane, but another big-time win. So let's give you those full results now, and not really much of a full result, only 8 cars in the field, believe it or not. The cars just keep dwindling down for your Legend Car division. But nonetheless, here they are, and you'll see Dana DiMatteo finishes in the 2nd position. So 2 wins and a 2nd place in the last 3 races for Dana. Teddy Hodgson, another podium, his 6th of the year. He finishes in the 3rd spot. And how about Joe Graff Jr. in that number 12 car? His 4th start, he ties his best finish of the season. Ryan DeCandia finishes in the 5th spot, and rounding out the field was Brett Crowther, Andrew Moeller, and Michael Hopkins. This was the 3rd straight race missed for the 75 of Corey DiMatteo. He continues to have engine issues with his car. He's going to need a completely new engine if he wants to get back to competing at the Legend Cars division at Stafford. So here are your updated Legend Car standings with just 7 races to go in the 2015 season. Devin O'Connell remains in front. He picks up 2 points on Dana, so 24-point cushion. Teddy Hodgson loses 4 points, but still 118 back in 3rd, comfortably. Corey DiMatteo continues to fall. He's 172 back now, but still in that 4th spot. The big mover was Brett Crowther. He picked up 2 positions in the standings, up to 7th, as Jerry Macchia and Noah Corner both dropped positions. It's dare stock time. After 6 straight weeks of finishing off the podium, Alexandra Fern was ready to get back to business, she would say. She started up front, stayed up front, and was there with 1 lap to go. Take a look.
Back to the line, the Safeco machine looking for win number 3 in a very competitive division. She heads down the back straightaway, starts to string it out. Final circuit, final time through turn number 3. Alexandra Fern looking for her 3rd victory. Off turn number 4, the Safeco machine, and the young lady has done it. Double checkers for Alexandra Fern. Finishing in 2nd, Robinson. Latois for 3rd.
I don't know, I just kept hitting my marks and doing what I was supposed to do. It was really fun racing against these guys in the beginning when we were all close together and stuff. I can't thank my dad enough. He really slaved over this car this week. We kind of figured out our issues. I also can't thank my car owner Amadeo enough. He's the best. I can't thank John, Soper, Willie, my mom, Dave, Sue, my cousin Tom, Rad Auto Machine, Safeco Foam, Napa Auto Parts, and
So it's the 3rd win of the season for Alex Fern as she ties for a Dare Stock Division best with Tyler Trott, who also has 3 wins. So here are the top 10 from that 15-lap feature. Zach Robinson, the rookie, comes home in the 2nd position, back on the podium after repeating 9th place finishes. So good to see Zach Robinson back on the podium. 3rd place, Frank Latois Jr. once again extends his top 5 streak to 16 races. Tyler Trott follows him in the 4th spot, so Trott's going to lose 2 points in the standings to Latois. Trace Byer comes home with the top 5 again. Brandon Michael, in his 2 races back, he's had 2 6th place finishes. So good to see him back at Stafford. Dan Denbeck was a little bit slow, just didn't quite have the setup this week. He finished in the 7th spot. Chris Bagnall rounded out your top 10 in that 77 car in a 12-car field for that Dare Stock feature. So here are the updated point standings now after 16 of 23 races. Frank Latois is your leader. Tyler Trott loses 2 points to him in the standings. Dan Denbeck also loses some ground. He's 18 back now, but no changes among positioning, with the exception of Jake Higginson, who moved into the 10th spot, but he is 388 points out of the lead. You'll see 4 rookies, though, rounding out your top 10 in the Dare Stock division. Always good to see some rookies in there. Now it's time for the limited late model feature recap, and points leader Andrew Hayes is the hottest driver in the division so far, no question, winning back-to-back races as of late. He was looking to go 3 in a row and pick up some more much-needed points on points leader Al Saunders in his quest to repeat as champion. Take a look.
Final circuit down into turn number 1. The defending champ is showing his winning style here at Stafford. He starts to string it out just a bit. Meanwhile, the 4 of Cliff Saunders still in the comfort zone in 2nd. And what a great run for Robert Bloxham. He'll be on the podium if he can hold on for 1 more turn. Checkered flag is out. Hayes will win. Saunders in for 2nd. Bloxham for 3rd.
Oh, man, I can't believe it. This car was a rocket ship. Started there in 10th, got to the bottom on the 1st lap, thank God. But I had so many people to thank. His Nuntuck Community College, Local 3059, his Nuntuck Community College, On Point Connections, Signorama, Mr. Reuter, 811 Call For You Dig, big help. The whole crew, my Uncle Bob, everyone who shows up every week working on the car. Rad Auto Machine for the power behind this thing. Haven't had a problem with the motor for 7 years. So.
Well, he's certainly driving like a champion. Andrew Hayes has now won 3 straight races and his 5th race of the season. So let's give you those top 10 from the 20-lap feature for the limited late models. Cliff Saunders, brother of Al, of course, comes home in the 2nd position. A nice bounce-back finish for him after 3 straight finishes outside the top 10. Robert Bloxham, the 3rd, finishes in the 3rd position, his career best finish. He started in the 2nd position, led for a little while, unfortunately lost the lead to Hayes and lost 2nd to Saunders, but all in all, that 33 team had a stellar run. Justin Bren gets his 6th straight top 10, finishing in the 4th spot. Paul LaRoute completes your top 5, and then you get your points leader Al Saunders in the 6th spot. So if you can calculate 2 points per position. Al Saunders loses a little bit of ground, and we'll get to those points in just a moment. But David Ayotte finishes in the 7th spot with rookie Davey Como in 8th. And rounding out your top 10 in a 12-car field was Dwayne Provost. He just didn't quite have the car to beat this week. So let's check out those updated limited late model standings with 7 races to go in the season. So Andrew Hayes trims off some points. He's 34 back now, still well in contention of repeating as champion. David Ayotte still remains 70 back, so he's not too far out either, followed by Dwayne Provost and Cliff Saunders. Cliff Saunders starting to make a turnaround now. Remember, he was 4th in the point standings for quite a long time before Dwayne Provost took that spot. So it's now time to go on to the late model feature. After deciding to race, points leader Michael Bennett started in the 9th position. It took Bennett 3 laps to take the lead. He wouldn't look back.
The white flag is out, but there's no surrendering for the Chase Bennett-owned race car and Michael Bennett. Down into turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. Deep into turn number 3. Chase Bennett's race car heads to turn 3. Off turn number 4. Michael Bennett will take his 6th career victory for his son Chase Bennett as he crosses the line.
I told him the other night, and I see you that Daddy's going to race tonight, and he goes, wow, just pass him all, Daddy, and that's what we did. So you know, this isn't about Michael Bennett winning tonight. You know, we raced for Chase, that's for sure, and a lot of guys out here supported the stickers and you know, and all the GoFundMe for Chase's medical bills, you know, whatever those hurdles are, you know, it doesn't matter, and everyone's helping us out, and we thank you for that.
What a great thing to see. Michael Bennett, your winner of the late model feature. Tom Firm put it best. He was happy to lose that night to Michael Bennett, of all people. So let's give you the top 10 now from that feature event. And what a feature it was to see Michael Bennett in victory lane once again. He gets his 6th win of 2015. Kevin Gamble-Corda finishes in the 2nd position, a very valiant effort out of the 32 team. His 6th podium, he's still chasing that first win. So he's starting to run out of time, but we'll see if the 32 can get into victory lane. Tom Fern finishes in the 3rd spot, his 8th podium in the last 11 races. The number 10 of Wayne Corey Jr. finishes in 4th, his 2nd top 5 in 3 starts this season. Josh Wood in 6th. Remember, he was in the 2nd position in the standings going into the race, so he's going to lose that spot to Kevin Gamble-Corda in the standings. Ed Ricard, he finishes in the 7th spot. Rich Heyman finishes in 9th. Michael Scorzelli rounds out your top 10 in a 14-car field. So here are the standings now, after 16 of 23 races. Michael Bennett's got a 48-point lead to Kevin Gamble-Corda. Josh Wood does drop a spot after that feature event to the 3rd spot, and he's 50 points out of the lead. That was your only change, though, among the top 10 in the standings. Scorzelli loses a little bit in that 18 car to Ed Ricard as he was trying to battle with him for 6th in the standings. And rounding out your top 10 is Rich Hammond and Scott Cook, who have remained 9th and 10th for the last 6 weeks in the standings. So it's time for another heart-pounding SK Modified feature recap. The top 2 in points, well, they were at it again, battling for the win. With 10 to go, Ryan Preece was right on Rowan Pennick's back bumper. Could he make the pass? Well, we're going to find out.
White flag is out. Bottom of turn 1. Pennick still the leader. Here's Preece. Watch for the power play. Turn 3.
Here is his opportunity. What will Preece do? Here he comes down low with a great move.
Off the turn. Rowan Pennick on the outside. Rowan Pennick will take down the win. Ryan Preece for 2nd. Woody Pitcat for 3rd.
Yeah, I made,
little block move there. He still got underneath me. It was a dog fight right to the end, and we were able to drag race him to the finish line. Good race. Ryan and the rest of everyone, thanks to the fans for coming out. This win goes out to a couple people. My girlfriend, Nicole, her grandmother died this morning. She was here this morning, had to go home. So this one's for her, and this race is also for Chase Bennett. Wishing him.
So Pennock holds off Preece Lightning to get his 6th win of 2015, a division best. And here are your full results now from that SK Modified feature. So Rowan Pennock picks up 2 points on Ryan Preece in the standings. 10th podium of the year, though, for Ryan Preece. Woody Pickett, he's on the podium. He's missed the last 5 races, and he comes home in 3rd. A good turnaround for Joey Cipriano. After 16th last week, he finishes in 4th. Ronnie Williams gets his 5th straight top 5, so they've really turned things around in that 59 team. And rounding out your top 10, Michael Jarvis Jr. in that 22 car, a 16-car field for this feature event. So now the championship standings, with 7 races to go in the SK Modifieds. And Ryan Preece, still 12 points back, so he's well in contention, with Keith Rocco 64 back. Matt Galco still in 4th position. The only change was Michael Jarvis Jr. leapfrogging Todd Owen, who had a wreck early in the race and had a tough finish. But the battle will continue in next week's feature, with Rowan Pennock and Ryan Preece, just 12 points the difference. So it's now time for the SK Light recap. With 4 of the top 5 in the championship standings having problems, and finishing outside the top 10, this really left this race wide open for anyone. A bunch of cautions, 2 green-white-checkers, and much more found the 92 of Daniel Wesson, leading with just 1 lap to go. Could he get the win? Let's check it out.
Wesson's the leader. Final lap that counts the most. Payday here at Stafford.
Wesson protects the bottom at the entrance of the corner, but it cost him in the middle. He drifts up a little bit. Kopsick looking to the inside, but it's Wesson, the race leader, on the backstretch.
2 turns left. Daniel Wesson, win number 2. If he can hold out in the final circuit, he stays glued to the bottom. Daniel Wesson has done it. Kopsick will finish in 2nd. Aaron Goff to finish in 3rd.
I was just trying to finish the race. Sorry, I got into Steven over there. I was just went in low, car drifted up high. Protected the bottom, I admit it. I blocked a little bit last lap, but great race. Best.
So Daniel Wesson gets his 2nd career victory in the SK Light after a wild, wild finish to that SK Light feature. One of the wildest of the season for sure. So here are the full results now. Daniel Wesson, the 2nd win, but Stephen Kopsick, your points leader, finishes in the 2nd position, his 5th straight top 5, and his 6th podium of the season. And how about Aaron Goff getting on the podium? His career best finish, that rookie in the 66 car, he finishes in 3rd. Glenn Griswold, back after missing 2 weeks, his 2nd straight top 4 for Glenn. And Kyle Jetty gets his 3rd top 5 of the year in 5th. 7th place for Carlos Gray in that 69 car, that's his first top 10 of the season. In a 21-car field, the notables, Jeff Bolgerly 15th, DJ Burnham and Joey Farino, they finished 18th and 19th, and no Tony Membrino in this race. He did not start. So how does that shape up the standings with 7 races to go in the SK Light? Well, quite a few changes, actually. Stephen Kopsick takes the points lead. 8 points to DJ Burnham and 20 to Joey Farino. How about that for a swing of things? Jeff Bolgerly, he moves into the 4th spot. Bob Charland moves into 5th, and Tony Membrino drops to the 6th position as a result of not starting. So how about that? Major changes with 7 races to go in the SK Light. All of a sudden, Stephen Kopsick becomes the favorite for the championship. We'll have to see how that plays out in the next couple of weeks. So it's time for the Call Before You Dig 150. Race 10 of the Whelen Modified Tour season saw defending race winner, points leader, and hometown boy, Woody Pickett, go for his 2nd win of the season and try to maintain that slim points lead he had on Ryan Preece. The 07 of Patrick Emmerling sat on the pole, looking to bounce back from his 16th place finish at Madore. But despite starting back in the 15th spot, Ryan Preece showed he was the class of the field Friday night, and no one was going to stop him. Tonight's 25th annual Call Before You Dig 150 here at Stafford for the NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour was a success for the 6th car of Ryan Preece, who gets his 3rd win of the season in the Whelen Modified Tour convincingly. After starting in the 15th position, Preece worked his way into the top 10 with ease. By the lap 71 caution, Preece had cracked the top 5 after a fast stop on pit road. And on lap 81, Preece made his move to the inside of Ted Christopher to take the lead. Preece utilized a simple yet efficient strategy to take down his 3rd victory of the season.
Patiently aggressive is what I call it. You gotta be patient so you don't wreck your car, but you gotta be aggressive so you don't get wrecked. So when we made those adjustments there on the pit stop, it really made it come to life, and we had the lane go the way we needed it. It really moved on the outside, and then we were able to clear Doug a little bit, get to the bottom, and shoot under Teddy.
Championship leader Woody Pitcat lost his lead to Preece in the standings, despite having a solid 3rd place finish.
Just another good night. You just got to keep battling here. Everybody seems to be keeping, the points are going to be tight still. Everybody keeps finishing up front, and we got to just keep up with them and keep battling. And
Ryan Preece will walk away tonight not only the winner, but he'll walk away the points leader. At Stafford Motor Speedway, this is Darren Ayotte reporting in the paddock area for Stafford Green-White-Checkered. So now let's show you the top 10 from the Call Before You Dig 150 feature event. The 150 lap feature saw 26 cars, quite a large field, the largest field at Stafford so far. Doug Coby, he finishes in the 2nd spot. His 1st place finish at Madore follows a 2nd at Stafford. A good 1-2 punch there for Doug Coby. Woody Pitcat was your points leader coming in. He finishes in the 3rd spot in the 88 car, his 8th top 5 of the season. And the big story besides Ryan Preece getting that win was the 13 of Ted Christopher. Ted Christopher would short pit on lap number 44. Everybody else came in around lap 59. A nice offset strategy worked out for him, and he got his 3rd top 5. He was able to stay out, and he needed that long green flag run, which he got. So hats off to his crew for getting it done on pit road, and for his crew chief for making that call. Justin Bonsignor completes your top 5 in the 5th position in that 51 car, his 4th top 5. And then you'll see your pole sitter, Patrick Emmerling, in the 07 car in 6th. So here are your updated championship standings with 6 races to go, 10 out of 16 for the Tour. Ryan Preece takes the points lead, as we mentioned, 4 points to Woody Pitcat, 17 to Doug Coby, 34 to Todd Szegedy. He loses quite a bit of ground with his finish outside the top 15. And at the very bottom, you'll see Justin Bonsignor and Rowan Pennick with a flip-flop. Justin Bonsignor picked up 2 spots. Rowan Pennick drops 1 in the standings. Those are your top 10 for the Whelen Modified Tour with 6 races to go. So we will now end the show with another new segment, your updated Stafford Green-White-Checkered Rookie of the Year standings. Now, the All-American Series at Stafford keeps track of the Rookie of the Year standings by division. But here on Stafford Green-White-Checkered, we will be selecting just one rookie as our Rookie of the Year. So here are the current top 5 in the running for that award. Zach Robinson is your current leader with 634 points. He finished 2nd in his last race. David Como is in 2nd in the limited late models with 536 points, followed by Michael Ray, Daniel Wesson, and Tyler Hines. All 5 drivers having solid seasons overall. Zach Robinson, though, of course, has had the most success so far as rookies, 634 points, and he's in the top 10, well into the top 10 in the standings. He sits in 6th. So far, so good for Zach Robinson. He may be winning the Rookie of the Year for Stafford Green-White-Checkered. So that's going to do it for this edition of Stafford Green-White-Checkered. And for our producer, Antonio Squitieri, and on behalf of the entire crew here at Nutmeg TV, I'm your Stafford Insider, your host, Darren Ayotte. And we'll see you next week on Stafford Green-White-Checkered.